and that is about Big E moving brands. There is a growing call for Big E to move from Smackdown to Raw, where he can be reunited with the New Day. This is, of course, a growing call from the creative teams and from the locker rooms as well. The locker rooms don't have that much sway over decision making, apart from a few individuals, which we'll get to a little bit later. But they want to see this team reunited, and we know 100% that Xavier Woods has not shut up about this from the dawn of time. This has been reported previously by WrestleVotes, I believe it was, and I can confirm that discussions are taking place around this. With Tommy End having been fired by the WWE, Big E's planned storyline went with him. Big E's storyline was essentially also a fatality of this move. The idea was for Black and Big E's first match to be the Money in the Bank qualifier, which happened last week between Big E and Apollo Crews. Black would have won that match and gone into the Money in the Bank ladder match in place of Big E. Then they'd return to action in the weeks leading into SummerSlam, and Big E would essentially try and get his heat back, but Black would eventually go over. Now, through absolutely no fault of his own, Big E has found himself in a creative hiatus. So they've been scrambling to find a new storyline for him. In interviews, Big E is saying that he'd like to go after the Intercontinental Championship again, whilst also bigging up the possibility that he is going to take the briefcase. So even he seems very unsure as to his future at the moment. Putting him into Money in the Bank is what they've landed with for now. That could change pretty much completely in the upcoming weeks, because we have a draft coming, and draft decisions tend to be made very, very late in the day. Very late in the day. Right before a draft, all storylines are subject to change. Literally, card subject to change is huge. Moving him to Raw, putting him back with the New Day, is apparently the long-term plan. At the moment, Brock Lesnar is not booked for SummerSlam, though the WWE is still trying to reach an agreement on a new contract. Negotiations are ongoing, discussions started months ago, possibly even a year ago. Kofi Kingston is in a feud right now with Bobby Lashley, and that opens a door for a Big E versus Lashley feud in the future. A lot of people in the WWE were very, very eager to push Big E hard when he first split from the New Day. They're naturally very disappointed now that this has not happened. A large part of this is because the top level matches kept going into longer and longer feuds. Jey Uso was supposed to only have one match against Roman. That was extended for several months. Kevin Owens was supposed to only have one match with Roman. That was extended for several months. Daniel Bryan was only supposed to have the one match with Roman. He worked his way into the WrestleMania main event. These feuds keep continuing, and it's meant that certain people have not been given the opportunity to take on the big dog, the head of the table. It's been a while since I've heard him referred to as a big dog. The question I have for you guys, and I will read over the chat and read your comments as well, was the move to split Big E the right one? From where I'm sitting, absolutely not. I get that they absolutely wanted to have the match between Big E and Roman. I get that they wanted to have Big E separate so that he could be pushed. But I would have kept him in that tag team and pushed him. There are plenty of ways that you can keep a tag team together and push them. In addition, I think he'd have had a lot more with that push with the New Day in his corner. Para says, I'm happy for Big E to rejoin the New Day as long as they still respect them and honour them as individual performers as well. I think the way that right now they are working with Kofi Kingston and Bobby Lashley in that feud says that they will respect the individuals going forwards. Xavier Woods has been used essentially to serve a storyline for Kofi Kingston, and I guarantee you all of the New Day are very happy to work for each other. The dream that Xavier Woods had when he started the New Day was not personal success. It was to see Kofi Kingston as the WWE champion. He is on the record saying this. His dream when he started the New Day was to see Kofi lift the belt. That happened. Because that's happened, I guarantee you Big E is next on Xavier Woods' mind. Jay Quick says, do you think this would be a, hey Woods, we're sorry for firing Bree, so we'll give you Big E? I don't think that, largely because I don't think the WWE would plan things like that, would put things together as a sorry to Xavier Woods. Though they may need to apologise to Xavier Woods because, as I've said previously, I think pissing off Xavier Woods is the worst thing that the WWE could possibly do. Eleanor says, I believe it was from Dave Meltzer, not 100% sure, so take it with a grain of salt. Thank you for saying that. Did you see the report that it could be Goldberg versus Lashley at SummerSlam? I did not. I haven't seen that report. It would be news to me. Last I checked, Goldberg was being saved, his second match of the year was being saved for Saudi Arabia in November. But that doesn't mean it's impossible that we get Goldberg versus Lashley. They want to give Lashley a big match. They want to. If they can't get Lesnar, they will try and find something else. I think this is why Drew McIntyre's in Money in the Bank, but there'll be more information on that in our next piece. So that's everything on Big E moving brand. To catch up a little bit with everyone I missed. Jonesy, welcome to the show, mate. Says, good evening, Tom. Nice to see you busy. It is quite busy, isn't it? It is quite busy.